Hello everybody and welcome back to another Gmax raid guide. Today we've got two raid targets. They are Appletun and Flapple. Let's start off by talking about their strengths. Appletun has very good HP and okay special attack. Flapple has good speed and good attack. Both of these Pokemon have okay, not really that good defenses. Appletun just has a lot more bulk with a lot more HP. They are grass and dragon types, both, and that gives them one very, very strong weakness. Both of these Pokemon have a 4x weakness to ice. Be aware that Appletun can have an ability called Thick Fat, which halves the damage taken from fire and ice type moves. Just so you know. The Pokemon that I will recommend first are Corviknight and Durant. What I like about these two Pokemon is that they aren't going to be hit by any super effective moves. However, Corviknight can hit back with double damage using flying type attacks, and Durant can hit with double damage using bug type attacks. When you're struggling to take down Gigantamax raids solo, usually what you want to do is use a Pokemon that can survive throughout the entire battle. The most important thing when you're struggling with Gigantamax raids is survival, and these two Pokemon right here are going to make it easy to survive. If you just want to go for big damage, this is where I'm just going to recommend a whole bunch of Ice-type Pokemon. First up is a Pokemon very near and dear to my heart because it was in my Desert Gym team. It's Vanillux. What I like about Dairy Queen is that it can get the Snow Warning ability, which will set up the hail. When there's a hailstorm, Blizzard will never miss, and Blizzard has 110 base damage. Normally it only has 70 accuracy, but in the hailstorm, it has 100% accuracy. There is another Snow Warning Pokemon which you can bust out, and that Pokemon is Abomasnow. He's like Vanillux's grandpa. Abomasnow isn't really the strongest special attacker, so I don't necessarily recommend using Blizzard on Abomasnow, but you can use it if you just want to have a Pokemon to set up Snow Warning to support your friends who might be using some other Pokemon, like these two right here, to use Blizzard. You've got Frostmoth with very high special attack, and it can learn Blizzard. And you've also got Glaceon, who is a very strong, base 130 special attack. If you've got a Hailstorm setter on your team, then these two Pokemon are going to be really strong. Even if you don't have that, you can just hit with a different special attacking Ice-type move, but Blizzard is where it's at. Beartic is a very strong physical option. It has base 130 physical attack, and it can use a bunch of strong physical ice-type moves just by leveling up. Mamoswine is a base 130 physical attack Pokemon. It gets that same type attack bonus on ice. Very strong for taking down either of these two Apple-type Pokemon, and it does not rely on having somebody around to set up some hail for you. Finally, at the bottom here, I don't really recommend these Pokemon specifically for this Gigantamax raid. However, I have recommended them in the past, so you might already have one of them on deck. You could use a Fairy-type move or a Poison move on Appletun or Flapple for super effective damage. Will my Gmax Lapras work? Gmax Lapras will absolutely work. Gmax Lapras is a water ice type. Really anything that can use an ice type move will work perfectly fine. Let's just check our first raid beam. I almost got Lanooned. Okay, I'm gonna go the long way around. Big thank you to Agent Squid for finding us a 5-star Flapple raid to test out some of our raid counters on. I'm gonna start with a little Corviknight showcase, once again to help the people who are really struggling. If you want something that can survive and take some hits, Corviknight is gonna be the way to go because it's not gonna take any super effective damage from anything, and it can dish out some super effective flying type moves. Ooh, a shiny Noivern and a shiny Grimmsnarl. My fellow trainer's looking very nice here. So we're just gonna throw out some Drill Pecks because they have a 100% chance of hitting. They're gonna deal double damage to this Flapple. And of course my Corviknight is not gonna be taking much damage at all from this measly Flapple. There's Agent Squid with the Dynamax. Boom. It's gonna be the wedding cake actually. It's a Gigantamax. The wedding cake asserts its dominance over this Flapple. The wedding cake can use a super effective G-Max Finale, the fairy type move to hit very hard. Flapple getting desperate over there, allowing Alcremie to hit the shield. Boom. It's good to let the maxed Pokemon hit the shield because it'll knock off 2 shield ticks. And there goes my super effective hit. It was a crit! Let's go! And Woomy's Big Boss takes off that final shield tick. Only took us 1 turn to knock off that mysterious shield. Now we're going to start the cycle once more on this next turn after we weather a barrage of attacks. Hopefully this Tartness is hitting my Pokemon. Nope. It's hitting Alcremie. It's going to reduce Alcremie's evasiveness, which is really not that big of a deal. Alright, this Flapple's healing itself up with Leech Seed. I knew that Appletun got Leech Seed, but I didn't know that Flapple did. So, good job, Flapple. You've got some interesting utility moves there. I still think that Appletun is better than Flapple, though, personally. Drill Peck, go! Another crit. I got 2 crits in a row. How lucky is that? Wow, this Flapple is really just targeting Agent Squid's Pokemon there. Poor Alcremie. Dragon Dance at this point, Flapple? You needed to Dragon Dance a long time ago for that to be worth it. This Flapple's all set up. It has a Dragon Dance and a Leech Seed set up, but it's too late in the game. I'm just gonna Brave Bird this if I get the chance to attack. Alright, let's see. I think Alcremie is next, so Alcremie should get the knockout right here. Let's go, Alcremie. Finish it off. Even after that Dragon Dance, Flapple got outsped. This must be a really high level Alcremie, because Alcremie took so many hits and just did not even care. Alright, thank you for providing all those heals, Alcremie. Very helpful. I'll catch this one, and I'll let you know what the stats are like. So now that I'm thinking about it here, I think Alcremie, if you can get one really, really high level, then Alcremie is going to be a really, really nice Pokemon to use in the Apple raids, because it's going to deal super effective damage with Max Finale, and it's going to heal all of your teammates. So if you're struggling trying to complete these raids solo, if you Gigantamax your Alcremie and use Max Finale, then you should be able to keep your teammates alive, even if they're AI teammates. If you don't have a G-Max Alcremie, then you'll just have to check out the previous raid guide that is already available, and you can learn how to take down and capture an Alcremie yourself. But yeah, Alcremie seems like a really good Pokemon to use for somebody who's struggling with solo raids.